What if I told you you can have a dual screen folding phone right now? No plastic to crease, no wait for Microsoft to finish its next-gen Android launcher, and you get top specs in terms of Snapdragon 855, 6GB of RAM, triple camera, IP68 waterproofing, fast charging, Qi wireless charging too, all from one of the biggest names in the phone world. There's a catch, of course. This is the LG V50 and this is its dual screen, an accessory that, when in place, feels surprisingly natural. Well, natural for a folding device. It still gets in the way half the time when you're taking photos. You'll know the drill if you've ever had a folio case on your phone. How it works is that 3 pogo pins on the V50's back mate up with 3 contacts inside the dual screen accessory. These pass data and power to the second screen through wires in the robust 180-degree hinge. I do have a worry that the opening and closing of the dual screen 50 times a day for a year will wear out the wires, but on balance I don't think it's viable to have the accessory on all year round. It's the sort of thing you keep in your man bag or pocket or briefcase for moments when you feel the need to do 2 things at once, or pretend you're on a laptop as shown here. You won't be surprised to learn it's the software that limits what the dual screen can do, and it's why Microsoft says it's going to take another year to polish off its Surface Duo, also running Android and with, on the face of it, similar ideas. So the standard LG keyboard will allow splitting off to use on the other screen. The LG camera app can be persuaded to show previews from each lens on the other screen, but other use cases are few and far between. You can't just get one application to span both screens. The system isn't that clever. LG's ads show a gamepad, and this is present and correct, that only works with a small handful of games in the real world, and precisely none of those I tried, so it's early days. Will developers put in hooks into their titles to allow for dual screen control? I have my doubts, especially in terms of mainstream popularity. True, you can have 2 instances of selected applications, so for example Chrome referring to 2 web pages at the same time, but again the vast majority of applications are single use only. Try to launch it again on the other screen, it just jumps from one to the other. It all reeks of a huge experiment by LG, a company known for trying wacky ideas, from extra screen panels to removable bottoms and plug-in modules to Star Wars themed friends. And while I absolutely applaud LG for its courage here, it has to be said that the dual screen concept, it's a bit half-baked. At the very least, I'd have liked LG's own applications to both support dual instances and ideally support a spanned mode where an app takes over both displays as one giant 7-inch mini tablet. Yes, there will be a hinged gap, but I'd have thought it easy enough to implement, given that Android already supports varying screen aspect ratios. The dual screen accessory itself is 6.2 inches here on the left of your screen and 1080p, though note that the main 1440p display also drops 1080p when connected, so the two look as similar as possible with brightness automatically matched. The hinges allow a full 180-degree wraparound for single screen use when attached, and the second display is then smart enough to turn off, though do note that it also obviously blocks the cameras. Oh well. Somewhat bizarrely, the front side of the dual screen is mirrored plastic. It almost looks like yet another screen, but it's not, and I'd have thought that matte plastic would wear better in day-to-day use. You do get a notification LED up top, which is nice for charging or for incoming messages. The V50 itself on its own, as with most LG flagships, is in fact the phone with everything. Yes, there's a 3.5mm audio jack down the bottom, hooray! And backed by the usual pro-level DAC. Yes, there are stereo speakers, though not a patch on those from, say, the iPhone 11 series, which currently sets the high bar here. You can rest the bare phone on a hard surface for extra bass. But then, A, you can do that with a lot of phones nowadays, and B, most of the time, wouldn't you have the V50 in a protective case, even if not the dual screen one? Plus the aforementioned water and dust proofing, the top-notch cameras. The LG flagship remains a value for money, truly affordable flagship. I looked hard, found it SIM-free, including the dual screen accessory, online for £500, though in the UK at the moment, officially it's temporarily an EE exclusive, so you have to get it on contract. The triple camera setup, wide angle main 2x telephoto, delivers about what you'd expect, albeit with some pretty horrible sharpening and edge enhancement, especially with the main lens, depending on subject and light conditions. Still keep the light levels decent and don't crop in too far, and the V50 camera still delivers enough for the man in the street. In terms of the OS itself, I was hugely disappointed by LG's lack of currency. Despite an OS update arriving just 3 days ago, the V50 is still on May 2019 Android security, and for a flagship from one of the world's top phone manufacturers, this just isn't good enough. True security status isn't the be-all and end-all, but this really isn't a good sign of LG's commitment to the device, and indeed to all their other phones going forwards. LG needs to pull its socks up here. In short, a solid flagship with excellent audio capabilities that's held back by slightly inflexible software to support the dual screen accessory and a lax attitude to Android security. But credit to LG for this new angle on dual screened folding phones, and at least there's no plastic here to get scratched and damaged from repeated folds.